Storybook Dads is a charity that currently operates in about 100 prisons nationally, including women's prisons, where we're known as Storybook Mums, and YOIs. We want all prisoners to take part, including non-readers and poor readers. We'd like to work alongside the Shannon Trust to help engage prisoners with learning to read or improving their reading. Being able to read a book to their child could be the encouragement a non-reader needs to engage with the Shannon Trust. We have devised an assisted read method to enable poor readers or non-readers to do this. This only really works with audio, but once the reader has improved enough to read a short and simple children's book, they can do a video if the prison you work in has the video option. Here's the audiobook method that our coordinators in prisons nationwide will use. They help the reader to pick an age-appropriate book. We recommend a fairly short book as the process can be a bit daunting for a non-reader. It probably took some courage for them to apply in the first place. So we're going to do this as an assisted read today, Luke, okay? So what will happen is I'll turn the recorder on and you can give your little message at the start, whatever you'd like to say, all right? Then we'll go to the book and what will happen is I'll read a phrase and then you repeat the phrase back to me, okay? So if you wait till I've finished speaking before you start speaking, that's the way it works the best, okay? All good to go?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. The coordinator will ask the reader to repeat the story one phrase at a time, using fairly short phrases so the reader can remember it.
Hi son, it's Daddy. I'm going to read you That Very Hungry Caterpillar this morning. I love you.
In the light of the moon,
In the light of the moon,
a little egg lay on a leaf.
a little egg lay on a leaf.
One Sunday morning,
One Sunday morning,
the warm sun came up,
the warm sun came up,
and pop out of the egg
and pop out of the egg
came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar.
came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar.
He started to look for some food.
He started to look for some food.
On Monday, he ate through one apple,
On Monday, he ate through one apple,
but he was still hungry.
but he was still hungry.
Once the recording is done, it is sent to our editing centre in Devon, where we have a team of staff and selected prisoners who do the audio and video production. That's where the magic happens. Mistakes are deleted, sound effects and music are added, and once we've done the editing and production, this is the result.
Hi son, it's Daddy. I'm going to read you That Very Hungry Caterpillar this morning. I love you. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up, and pop out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry.
Once a learner has done some work with the Shannon Trust, they could be ready to attempt to read a story themselves. We have a selection of books on our book list which are easy readers, and we suggest that you have these books, which can be used for recording or perhaps loaned to prisoners first to practice on their own or with their Shannon Trust mentors. You will also see that some of our books are staged to coincide with the Shannon Trust reading stages. If a learner has a child who is also learning to read, perhaps they could learn together with our Read Along with Dad or Mum scheme. The learner can use one of our selected books for this, and as they are reading, the pages from the book will be on screen with the words appearing as Dad or Mum reads them, so that the child can read along too.
It's called Bim Bam Boom. What are you doing? Can't you see? I'm making music. Wait a minute, I'll be back. Bim bam bim. Tish tish, bim bam boom.
We think that being able to take part in Storybook Dads is a great incentive for prisoners to learn to read or to improve their reading. What better way to show they love and miss their children than taking these first difficult steps? We believe that collaboration between Storybook Dads and the Shannon Trust will enable us to help this difficult-to-reach group and encourage them to keep reading.